Hi, good morning everyone. All offline journalists, online journalists, everybody, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah. So let me share the screen.
Today we will be starting SEO.
Yeah. Okay. Do you all see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. See, most of the business owners, or in fact, most of you also might think website is the website is if you have a website, it's all done. You can get an expected amount of business. This is a wrong assumption with most of the business owners, most of the people, right? They think if there is a website, they'll get the business. No, website is just a portfolio built for your users. But where are your users? You are yet to drive them to the website, to the audiences, to the target audiences. You have the website, but how will you get the target audience to your website? So website is just one small part in digital marketing. That's just the start of your digital marketing. Or in your marketing journey in digital marketing, you're going to drive all your target audience to your website, and the sale would happen on the website, right? So now website is not sufficient, and you have to implement multiple marketing activities. There are n number of marketing activities. So for example, so if you make SFMC, or maybe programmatic advertising training Hyderabad. This is, and you making your website to show up like this on Google is called as search engine in a week, not in a month. Anytime from 1 month to, it might take 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, or 1 year also. It depends on the optimization practices. Meanwhile, if business is expecting the sales to happen from day one, businesses can opt for Google Ads, right? So Google Ads is another domain or a role for digital marketers. So somebody who works only on making a website to rank here on Google are called as SEO professionals. And people who execute these kinds of ads are called as performance marketers. Not only here, they'll be executing ads on various platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, right? So people taking care of advertisement ads on various platforms are called as performance marketers. And if you are making a website to show up on any search engine like this, it could be Google or Yahoo or Bing or any other search engine. If you are making website to show up on Google like this, you are called as SEO professional. Is that clear, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So these are not the only two channels for driving relevant audiences to your website. Apart from this, you can send emails to people and you can drive traffic to your website. You can promote your business on social media platforms and you can drive traffic to your website. And moreover, like for example, if you, this is another biggest source. Uh, yeah, look at this. This is another biggest source of traffic, quality traffic. You will get lots of leads. You will get a very good business from business listing. This is called as Google business listing. Okay. So most of you might have found Canva Digital this way or through SEO. See, either this way or this way. So now one, two, three ads. See, on Google alone, you can have three different kinds of ads. Not only multiple kinds of ads can be executed, which we are going to look into in the coming classes. Okay. So today we will get started with search engine optimization. How do we make websites show up on Google like this? Any idea? Anybody knows? How do we make websites to show up on Google like this? No idea, right? See, for this question, even the digital marketers, experienced digital marketers struggle to answer to this question. They would just say do something, some random implementations. But the problem with them is also is they don't understand how search engines work. So if you can understand how search engines work, you will be able to rank the website on Google. Are you all following me? This is going to be a super important class for all of us. Everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So now if you are writing an exam, mathematics or chemistry or whatsoever the subject it is, you will be able to write only when you have understood it thoroughly, correct? Same way, you will be able to rank your website only when you understand how search engines function, or see, there will be a complexity involved. It's not just by knowing you will be able to make it, correct? You know how to go from here to USA, but is that possible? Will you be able to make it happen just like that? You need to purchase a flight ticket, you need passport, you need visa, correct? There are a number of things associated. You know the process. Just by knowing the process, you won't be able to achieve it until unless you invest on your flight tickets, until unless you get the visa, correct? Right? So same way here in digital marketing, knowing how search engines function is one aspect, and that's the biggest aspect. And second part is implementing things accordingly. Okay, so I would call you all as very lucky because you all are going to understand how search engines function in detail, very detailed, which probably is not available anywhere on the internet. Even digital marketers fail to explain how search engines function. Even digital marketers explain what makes a website to show up on Google in the top like this. So if I have to ask you, see, there's so many companies or websites, correct? Digital marketing training in HSR, there's so many, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So there are few tens of websites providing training in HSR layout, but why is that only this website showing up in the top? Any idea? Anybody? Everybody has keywords. Don't you see that here? Top digital marketing courses in HSR, digital marketing training in HSR.
Sir, because of reviews.
No, everybody has reviews. If you look at it, everybody look at this. This has 86,000 reviews. Correct. Everybody has reviews. So these are called as shopping ads. What do you see to the right side? We're going to learn this as well. Yeah. But today's our topic is to understand. See now, when you search buy shoes online, which websites are you seeing in the top? Forget about the ads. Ignore the ads. First four results will be ads. First four slots are dedicated for ads, right? You might see ads in the first four slots, you might not if people are not bidding on it. Next is organic. Mintra is ranking in the first, Neiman's second, Super Kicks, Flipkart, AGO. Right now everybody are selling shows. Now tell me, why is that Mintra ranking in the top? When Amazon is selling shoes, Neiman's is selling shoes, Flipkart is selling shoes, AGO, correct? Everybody, why is that Mintra ranking in the top? Huh? Huh? Newest. Huh?
Because of the SEO optimization.
See, do you think Amazon doesn't have SEO professionals? Flipkart don't have SEO professionals working at their organization? See, everybody has SEO professionals. They are spending in lakhs on SEO professionals or SEO teams. Lakhs and crores every year. Everybody has SEO professionals and everybody has best SEO professionals. And still, why is that Mintra ranking in the top and not anybody else? Give me 1 second, everybody. Hello. Hello. Good morning. Yes. Which role have you seen? Which job? You don't have head of service. Okay, anyways, let me call you back in the next 1 hour. Okay. So now, anybody, did you think of it? Like, why is that Mintra ranking in the top? Everybody has SEO professionals. See, now you go and ask this question to any digital marketer who has got 5, 10 years of experience, even they won't be able to give you the right answer. But today we are going to learn how is, how is that going to work. So, no idea, right? Let's discuss it today. Yeah. Okay. So to understand why Mintra is ranking in the top, why Nemans is ranking in the second position, Amazon third, SuperClicks fourth, Flipkart fifth, Agio sixth, right? To understand these positions or how does it works, first let's understand search engines. So can anybody give me an example of search engine?
Google, Yahoo, Bing.
Correct. So can anybody define what is a search engine? Can anybody define what is a search engine? What are search engines? Sorry?
It stores the information and data.
Who is that answering?
So, Mohit,
Mohit. Okay, stores the information.
information and data,
Mhm.
websites and other things.
Correct. See, search engines are basically it's a database or a storage space or a server. Okay, so where lots of information is organized and stored on its storage, and it's going to render that content based on the queries received to its server. Okay, I'll give you the proper definition here. So have we discussed push marketing, pull marketing, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Search engines are the platforms or websites which has the huge repository of information that is collected proactively by the bots. And I'll explain you what is that bots and is made accessible to the public on simple queries and provides everything that the user is looking for or information for the respective issue related questions. Or basically the platform, it's a platform or a website which has lots of data stored with it. And how is that data coming to the server to its storage? It is proactively collecting it by itself. We are going to understand how are they collecting all of that information or data by themselves. And now whatever data that they are collecting, they are making it accessible for the public, and public can access the data by sending the simple queries to the server. Okay, those are called as search engines. Google, Bing, Yahoo, Yandex, Baidu, DuckDuckGo, and many more. Yeah. Of all this, Google is the most popular search engine, and then next is Bing and Yahoo. Yandex and Baidu are used by China and Russia. Yandex is used by China and Baidu is used by Russia. I think it's vice versa. Yandex. Baidu is from China. Yandex is Russia. I'm correct. Yandex is Russia and Baidu is China. And DuckDuckGo is another search engine. See, this way there are few tens of more or less function in the same way. Most of the core operations or functions will be the same. Okay. Okay. So before that, so we all have discussed that internet about the internet, right? See, any website that you are accessing and reading or learning about it is all hosted on the internet server. Okay, this exists on internet server. Anybody now, even you can visit learnandthrive.com and access this portal. Anybody from any part of the country, any part of the globe, from any computer or any device, you can visit. If you have access to the internet, you can visit this website and you can access it. Okay, so this is the first step to understand how search engines work. Okay, you're all following it, right? So now on internet, this way there are millions of websites. There are millions of websites which can be openly accessed by anybody. You can type flipkart.com, amazon.com, you can type anything that you want. If that exists on the internet server and if you know the address, you can type it and you can access it. Correct? Correct, everybody? Right? So now let's assume this is an internet server. I'll just draw you and show you what is an internet server. Okay, yeah, let's assume with this example that this is an internet server and all the websites, millions of websites are going to sit here. Okay, so even before that, what happens is Google front end you see here, correct, and you're going to type here, correct, everybody? You're going to type here and you will get to see anything you type, you will get the information. So let's look at this. I'm typing something like this and you would probably see some website showing up for that as well. See, look at this, and there are websites, so many, you type for anything. Excuse me. I'm going to type something else now again, and you would probably see a few more results. Randomly I'm typing, you type anything, you'll probably see something showing up on the Google. How is this happening? From where is Google getting all of this information? So now basically, even if you have to understand, so now you are typing it here, how is that coming here? So how is that coming is, so Google has a backend, Google has a server, it has stored all of it on this server, and now through your browser the information is sent to Google server. Google, whatever is matching with C showing up here, I'll type CA. See, there are 4 applications which has CA in it, correct? Are you all following it? Same way now on Google server, when you type for something, whatever is matching with the term is going to be sent to the front end like this. So basically, in order to send the information like this to anybody, all of you, I want you all to answer to this question. 9 threes are 9 threes are how much it is? Everybody? 9 threes are
27.
27. Okay. So what is my name?
Manjunath.
Okay. What's the company name? The company that I work at.
Digital.
Okay. See, and I'm okay. And second, and the third, and one more question. So what did you had for your breakfast?
Idli.
Okay. Okay. So now you are able to answer for anything that I ask because it's all stored on your mind, correct? Even you have got an amazing storage space and you have stored everything, and but how is it coming? It is coming through your vocal cord, through your mouth, correct? So in the background,
Yes, sir.
there is so much of process. There are so many neurons connected to your mind. Your mind itself is a neuron, right? See, you are capable of storing so much of information, and obviously Google search engines, Google storage also can save a lots of information as much as you can save, or maybe beyond that in case if they are increasing their capacity. See now how you are pulling out the information and speaking it, same way Google is storing all of that information here, correct? And whenever you ask for something, it is showing it to you, correct? Now here two questions. How is Google getting all that information? See, how did you know my name is Manjunath? How do you know the company name is Canada Digital? It could be your research. It could be I must have told it to you, correct? There are multiple ways of you acquiring that information, correct? Same way we are going to understand how did search engines get all that information or the data. So when user types for something and it is showing it to you, correct? It is showing it to them, right? We are going to understand how did Google search engine get all that information in order to show it to their users in the front end. And second question, so why is it showing a specific websites? See, even with this alphabets, when there are many multiple websites starting with this alphabet or contains maybe buy shoes, so why is that? If it is storing all that information pertaining to buy shoes online, it will be showing all the websites containing buy shoes online, but why and how is that showing a specific website in the top? So this is the second question which we are going to understand. So if we can understand these two things, you will be you will be crystal clear with how search engines function, and you will be able to optimize the websites to its best. You will be able to assure the results as well, and you will be 100 times better than 5 to 10 years experienced professionals who haven't learned how search engines function. If you can understand how to answer to these two questions, right? One is how is Google getting all of that information, and second is why is Google ranking a specific website in the top? Did you all understand these two questions? Not the answers to these questions, but you understood the question.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Can you all repeat what is the first question?
How Google is storing all the information.
Huh?
And the second question is how Google is able to rank any specific company on the top.
Yes. See, buy shoes online. Mintra is selling shoes. Flipkart is selling shoes. Amazon is selling shoes. Tata CLIQ, AGO, and there are hundreds of companies selling shoes. Correct? Why is that Mintra ranking in the top? Is my question. This is our second question. Okay.
The screen is locked.
Screen is stuck.
Yeah, now it's okay.
Yeah. I did not change. I did not move. Okay. So now we are going to understand how is that going to get. Okay. So now, if it's your website, you are going to feed the data to your website, correct? Contact number, address, everything, correct? But here, Google website, it's not Google is feeding, or Google doesn't feed it manually. Okay. So what Google has done is, Google has written, I'm answering the first question, how is Google getting all that information? Okay. So what Google is doing is, Google has written a small piece of code, a program. The work of this program, see now for example, on your so if you are using washing machines and refrigerators, they will turn off automatically after performing a specific function. Like for example, washing machine, after spin, turn off, after 20 minutes, turn off, correct? Dry and turn off, correct everybody?
Yes, sir.
You are just clicking the buttons, spin, dry, correct, 20 minutes. So now how are they accepting these inputs and performing the task? See, there is no human involved over there. There is a piece of program written and stored over there. When you input 20 minutes, when you input spin, a program runs, a program starts taking care of the task, and it's going to operate for 20 minutes and it's going to stop. Or when there are different task needs to be performed by washing machine, such as washing, spinning, drying, etc., but still it functions one specific task only, whatever you are going to input. That's happening because there is already a program written and stored over there. A program written, the work of that program, the program can be 10 lines, 100 lines, or 1000 lines. It depends on how well the program has been written. So for example, if you are explaining a topic to somebody, you might explain 100 times and other person might explain it in 3 times. A programmer can also write a program very lengthy or very short. Okay, anyways, forget about the length here. There is a program that is performing that specific task like such as spin, dry or washing or whatsoever, correct? Same way, Google has written a program. The work of that program is to go to the internet server. I'm going to the internet server now. To go to the internet server, I'm going to the internet server and I am accessing the website called Amazon.in. Right? Now this website also lies on internet server. I'm representing it with a box here. This is an internet server. Any website that's accessible on internet is stored on the internet server. Its content or information is all stored on internet server, correct? Are you all following it? What is this internet server again? We have defined it. It's a server connected to the internet, and we know what a server is and we know what an internet is, correct? Now what's happening with this program is Google, what which Google has written, Google has instructed, or the main work of this program is come to the internet server and it starts reading all the websites. It starts reading all the websites and takes back a copy to Google server. It's something like this. You are walking in a street, to the right side, to the left side, you might see a restaurant, you might see a bar, you might see a hardware shop, you might see an institute, correct? And you might see a hotel, correct? And you are started to record them, correct? Everybody,
Yes, sir.
while you are walking in the street, you're observing so many things, and there are good chances of you remembering, okay, there is a bakery here, there's a restaurant here, correct? And there is a hostel here. It's There is no guarantee or assurance that you will be remembering everything, but there are chances that you might remember here and there few things, correct? Same way bots work is to come to the internet server, and over there while walking on the street you are observing the things, but bot here reading it's reading, it reads, and now the moment you observe a bakery you are making note of it and you are passing that a copy or a piece of information to your mind and you are storing it. There is a bakery to the left side here, correct? Same way the bot sends a copy to Google server. Google server stores all of those copies, and they will start showing when somebody searches for it. So now all shoes related information is going to get stored here. The blue line, I'm showing you the blue line here, both of them. So here it's going to store all the information related to shoes, not only shoes, anything. And this program which Google has written, we call it with a pet name and sweet name as bot. Did you all get that? We call it as bot. What is bot? Bot can be defined as a piece of a program or a small machine which performs a defined function, right? A bot is just a piece of program which has a specific task to perform. Are you all getting it?
Yes, sir.
A piece of program with a sweet name, with a cute name, it's called as bot. Now bot is going to the internet server, it's reading all the information, not necessarily all the information, it's something like whatever comes in its visibility. There is no guarantee or assurance that you will observe everything on the street, correct? While driving the car or while walking on the street, will you observe everything on the street? No, right? Whatever comes to your visibility, you might observe it, correct? And you might store that information also, or you might not store also, right? So now here, when bot is visiting the internet server, it reads, but instead of read, we call it as crawling. Have you ever seen how kids crawl? There is no specific direction, so you go opposite to them, they will take another direction and they will start crawling. You must have seen in Tom and Jerry, the Tom places a plank and the baby crawls on it, correct? See, there is no specific defined. So whenever the path is available, it just crawls. It's like a water stream. A water stream is flowing, and now ahead it sees the five different streams, and the water passes into the five different paths as well. Correct? Everybody.
Yes, sir.
So water is flowing as one single stream. After 1 kilometer, it sees five different paths, and water takes all five different paths as well. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Same way, when bot is visiting this internet server, now bot has visited internet server. For example, bot has visited this website. It started crawling. It started reading the information. While reading all this information, it found a link to Canara Digital and it passes. It navigates to canaradigital.com as well. And while crawling this website, it might find links to various other websites. It might find link to trainings.canada digital and again bot visits this link and whatever it comes across it just keeps moving or going everywhere. Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
So bot this way keeps visiting every link that's accessible for it and whichever it is reading. See, when bot is visiting this website, it takes a copy of this website. Do you want to see how the copy of this web page looks like? So this is how Google bot takes a copy. Type cache in front of the URL, you will get to see. Okay, this URL is not available. Let me take. So this is how Googlebot sees the web page. You see webcache.googleusercontent.com. See Google, whatever copy Google is getting, it is storing it on a server or a website or a domain called webcache.googleusercontent.com. See now how is it seeing? It is saying exactly the way how you and me see. Correct? Correct? And now if you have to see the text only version, Google is basically seeing your web page without CSS, something like this. If it is not reading the CSS, Googlebot sees your web page like this. This is called as text only version. Googlebot is seeing your web page like this. The text only version, full version. So when did Google last visit this web page? So on 9th June around 8 p.m. 8 p.m. That is yesterday night around 8 o'clock. Google bot has visited this web page, read all the information of this web page, and has taken a copy of this page. This is the copy. This is the copy, and stored it on its server. What is the server? Webcache.googleusercontent.com is the storage space. Is that clear? A bot is
Yes.
getting to the internet server and it is crawling whatever comes in its path and it's taking a copy back to the Google server and storing all that information in a very organized manner. Like the books sto- stored in the library. You go and ask the librarian by subject, by author, by semester, you will be able to pick easily, correct? Correct? Same way now the information is getting sorted that way or organized or stored that way on Google server. And when a user asks for it, Google is going to provide the information related to it. Clear? The Google bot's only work is to always keep visiting internet server and read. It's like a spy. You will have a spy. The spy's work is always spying your neighbor and keeps informing you what's happening with them. Clear?
Sir.
Every day, every time, every minute, every second. Your neighbor or your competitor, whomsoever it is, he or she will not only speak about your neighbor now. Now, whomsoever neighbor whom are coming, they'll speak about them as well. Correct? Now, same way, when bot is visiting, bot doesn't care. Bot's main task is come to the internet server, read everything that comes to its visibility, and take a copy to Google server. And Google server has another program written which will segregate the content. This is all about e-commerce. This is all about digital marketing services. This is about fruits. This is about vegetables. This is about government websites or whatsoever it is. Correct? And stores it in an organized format. Up to here, clear, right, to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now coming back to our second question. So how is and why is that Google ranking a specific website in the top? Okay. So to understand that, we will take one example today. Okay. So let me take this example. Yeah, these are all the websites, correct?
Mm.
So why is it ranking Myntra in the top, or any? Let's assume it's ranking Amazon in the top. Why and how it's ranking in the top? Yeah. See, even before we get into the technicalities or functionalities of search engine, or how and how is it making a specific website to rank in the top, let's get started with a very simple thing. Those are commonly happening in our lives. Okay. So now, uh, you all must have written exams in your life, right? Right? Correct? Any time in your life, correct? Your academic exams, correct? Your degree, whatsoever, correct? You all have taken the exams, correct? Everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So when you receive the question paper, what happens with you?
First we read all the questions.
Okay. And you'll start answering to the
Questions.
correct. So my question is, why is that? So are you always answering in the sequence? Will you always start from the first question only?
No.
You might
No.
start with any question, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. Now my question is, why is that you're starting with a third question or a fourth or a fifth or a tenth question? Why not first question always?
Because we know the answer exactly.
You know the answer to the question, correct?
Question. Yes.
Why do you know answer to that question? When exam question paper has 50 questions, you are getting started with fifth question or tenth question, and your answer is, you know, you are thorough with it, correct? Basically, you are thorough with it. You know very well. My question is, how do you know very well about it? About the topic. How do you know very well about the topic? Everybody,
So we studied.
you studied.
It will be the easier one, sir. Right.
It's the easier one, or you might have studied more number of times, correct?
Yes, sir.
Correct? Exactly, search engines also function in the same way. When Google introduced its services, when Google started, they started showing websites in the top based on how many times a website is getting read by bot. See, if bot is reading your website more number of times, bot is going to prioritize your website. It's something like this. If you are reading chapter 1 more number of times, there are good chances of you answering more questions from the chapter number 1, correct?
Yes, sir.
If you are reading something again and again, if you are listening something again and again, there are good chances of you speaking more about it or remembering better about it, correct?
Yes, sir.
Right? Same way, Google introduced its functionality based on this factor. We call that as crawl frequency. Crawl frequency. Okay. So let's assign a score in the scale of 1 to 10. 1 indicates the lowest crawling frequency. Crawling frequency is nothing but the measure of the frequency of bot visiting your website is called as crawl frequency. Okay. So crawl frequency is 5, 7, 9, 10, 8. Now tell me which website will be ranking in the first position.
uh, where bot frequency, like bot crawling would be 10.
Yes. So yeah, 10 is highest and 0 is the lowest. So crawl frequency is measure of number of times bot reading your website. So now as per this, in the scale of 1 to 10, we have assigned a score to all of these websites. Now tell me which website will rank in the first position on basis of these.
Jabon.
Correct. Second position,
So Amazon.
correct. Third,
Tactical.
fourth,
But
Flipkart.
fifth,
Myntra.
Mantra. Right? Now, meanwhile, there is a blog post which also consists of buy shoes from one of these portals. And now let me do one thing. I'll make it as 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. 1 second, everyone. Hello. फोन पे इसको फोन पे इसको हाँ तो तक తక్కువ చూస్తున్నాను చూసుకోండి సరే నేను క్లాస్లో ఉన్నాను అంతే తీసుకోవాలి మళ్ళీ చెప్తున్నాను okay so now there will be a blog post where to buy shoes. They must be writing in the blog post buy shoes from Myntra, Flipkart, Amazon. This blog post top 10 places to visit in Bangalore or top 10 websites to buy shoes. So something like that, the topic. Right now this has highest crawl. Now queries buy shoes online. Now as per this, which website will be ranking in the first position? This one, correct?
Sure.
Correct. But now this is not selling shoes. This is just providing the information who are selling shoes. These websites are selling shoes, correct? Now Google failed serving right information. The main goal of Google is to serve relevant information. First goal of Google is to serve relevant information. Second goal is to serve up to date information. Relevant information is, for example, you are asking buy shoes online and it is showing you a blog post which is explaining where to buy, how to buy, which is irrelevant, correct? And now up to date information, another example is, so now there is, you are typing on Google Salman Khan accident and it is showing you 10-15 years back news of Salman Khan. But then thing is, yesterday again Salman Khan would have drove vehicle on people.
Yes, sir.
Instead of showing yesterday's news, if it is showing 10 years back news, correct, it is not up to date, correct? If
Yes.
Google fails at these two things, serving relevant information, you are asking for something and if it is showing something else, that is irrelevant. If you are asking for current information and if it's showing 10 years back information, it is outdated information. If Google does it, Google utterly fails and people will stop using or relying on Google, correct? So here is one example. Google is failing. Google is failing here, correct? If it has to show website on top just based on crawl frequency, Google is showing a blog post in the top which is not selling but which is providing information who is selling, correct? Hence what Google does is, Google has introduced one more metric. Google has introduced one more metric called CTR. It is called as click-through rate. CTR is called as click-through rate. What is this click-through rate? Is the measure of number of people visiting your website against the number of people seeing your website. I'll show it to you. Now you are seeing this websites, correct? You are seeing all these results, correct? Let's assume you and you clicking on it is counted as click. These two, but all 100 people will visit Canva Digital? No, right? Few people will click on Just Dial link. Few people will click on IIDE, correct? Few people will click on some other results, correct? Everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now the measure of number of people visiting your website against the number of people seeing your website into percentage is converted as, it's called as CTR. Number of people clicking your website is 10 divided by 100 people have seen. So now into, if you convert this to percentage, it's going to be 10 percentage. Okay. So it's not, okay. So it's going to be sorry, it's not 100 percentage. Okay, so if you multiply it with into percentage, it's going to be 10 percentage. This is called as CTR. So now this will take more time. I have a meeting now. Let's wind it up for today, and we'll connect back again tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow at any cost we have to connect by 10 o'clock, sharp 10. Okay, everybody.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yeah.
sir.
So now explore further, or we'll be discussing the CTR, and there are a couple of things. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's wind it up for today. Okay. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, sir.